Hi friends, Punarvas Jayakumar here from Advait Learning. There are a lot of negativity going on because of Corona and all that, but here I'm only there to talk about positive things. Uh, Over the last few months due to Corona, we have been trying to do something really good for all of you and even for all of us as well. There are a lot of negative people also in your life, right? So some people make use of your goodness and use you as a launch pad and then try to submerge you. There are some people who are your friends, but later you come to know that they are not your friends. But it is very strange that sometimes you never meet some people, but just, you have a very strong bond with them. It's because of your wavelengths and because of your thought process. So I have been extremely lucky to meet such wonderful people in the past 3-4 months, and you know that the Revision Premier League has been a super success thanks to you, and also thanks to the wonderful association that we have had. And one such association who I would like to welcome to Advait Learning is a person who I have never met till now, but still the thoughts, the processes, and we have spent a lot of time discussing, brainstorming, and one such person is CMA.Tharun Raj sir. CMA.Tharun Raj sir is the brand owner of Tarun's Brainery. Very, very recently, a few months ago, he came into the online platform and he is going to kick up a storm, guys. He is going to give a stiff competition to all of the people out there with his amazing knowledge and his amazing creativity. And it's my it's my honor and privilege to also get associated with such a person, as an amazing human being. He's a wonderful faculty, but more importantly, he's an amazing human being. One person who really wants to do something for the society and for the students. And we were brainstorming and we thought, why not start something new? So friends, here's presenting a Jugalbandhi series. People have been asking me, sir, you interconnect so many things in law. And people have been asking, Tarun Raj sir, you interconnect so many things in GST. We thought, why not have a Jugalbandhi? You know RCB and CSK. I am from Bangalore, sir is from Chennai. RCB, CSK is always like India, Pakistan. But we are all Indians. So the thing is, we thought, sir, why don't we mix RCB and CSK and come out with a Jugalbandhi series? This is called TAXoLAWgy. And on this day today, I would like to welcome Tarun Raj sir. He'll be coming here also to Advait and training, and I'll be going there to Chennai. So it's going to be a wonderful association. It's a beginning of a wonderful journey, and we want you to be a part of it. So without further ado, without wasting time, I hereby welcome Tarun Raj sir here. Tarun Raj sir, hearty welcome to you, to Advait, and also to our association, sir.
Yes, sir. Hi, friends. Hello, sir. Really, I am very happy to be.
Hello, sir.
Very happy to be part of Advait Learning, because till date I have never been associated with any person without meeting them. So this is something really unique in my life, and I really be happy, because I feel you as a brother from another mother, because our our wavelengths are connected. Our wavelengths are connected so much. True. and our ideologies. So many times, our thought process, discussions, everything will be going into the same direction. So I'm very privileged to have a friend like you, and be part of professional friend too. And so this association, I just wanted to tell this to even my students who are all in Chennai, because they have been a pillar of my strength. So if my students are not there, definitely I will not be. So though they are watching now, so
always like that, sir.
Yeah, they are watching me. And so I am introducing Punarvas sir, who is a law faculty, an amazing person he is, and his way of explanation into the law is something beyond spectacular. And having association with such kind of person, where I will also be learning the subject, is something really, because usually professionals will have a jealousy. When we ask something, they will not tell. But this man, amazing he is, like whenever I ask something, he will openly share whatever knowledge he has, and he goes any extent. So that is something really great about him. Fine, sir. So now let's start this
Thank you so much,
series.
Sir. Hi guys, hi all of you. Yes sir. Yes sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, we will start this series, that is TAXoLAWgy, and in that today I wanted to start with one particular issue, sir, which is really, something causing a lot of turmoil into the minds of many people. Because when there is something called as IBC, that is even I don't know the full form of IBC, so you need to throw some light related to that. So in that Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, there is some relation between that IBC and GST, sir. That is, in case of a person, corporate debtor, then interim resolution professional or resolution professional, and they need to get registered under GST. There is something which is missing in that, sir. Like who is a corporate debtor and who is a interim resolution professional. So if you can throw some light, I just wanted to connect that into the GST. So over to you.
Sure, sir, great. Because GST knowledge is extremely limited, so it's very nice. I'm always open to learning. It's wonderful. So I'll just tell what I know about IBC, then you can share, and then we'll do this Jugalbandhi. That's how it is planned.
Sure.
So very simple, sir. Under, if you remember, I'd shared a video, sir, about the basics.
Yeah, sir. I remember. I do remember. Like one particular animation video you have shared with me.
Yeah.
And
animated series.
Yes, friends, you should definitely see that animation video. Amazing it is about IBC. He made one animation video. Really, I understood the basic concept of that, sir. Yes.
Yeah, but I'll just repeat the same thing, sir, for the benefit of all. So basically, there are three people, friends, who can do this IBC. One is under Section 7, Section 8, and Section 10. So one will be the financial creditor, operational creditor, and the corporate debtor itself. So three people can do. So the company, if it is unable to pay its debts, it can ask for IBC, insolvency and bankruptcy. IBC is an entire mechanism where rather than killing the company, I am trying to revive the company. Right? So how will I revive? So application can be made by financial creditor, that is the person to whom the loan is given and the company has not, the person has given loan to the company and company has not repaid. So that person can make an application, or an operational creditor, an employee of the company, government dues. So GST will come in there. GST department, you have to pay, company has to pay some amount to the GST department, not paid. So the government also can, claim under IBC. Third one, corporate debtor itself. So rather than others coming and knocking at your door, you can only give the white flag and tell, I'm done. Come, I'm opening the door, you come and revive. So once those persons come in, what happens is you will have to appoint a person, and that person is called as the IRP, Insolvency Resolution Professional.
So sir, there is a company which is going into a kind of insolvency. So
yes,
at that time, that company will be called as a corporate debtor, correct?
Yes, sir. So the corporate debtor is any company which is going into insolvency.
Insolvency. Right. And this interim professional, that interim resolution professional, whomsoever is appointed, so this person, will he take over the company's operations, or how it, sir?
Yes, sir. Sir, the moment the entire person is approved by the NCLT, then there is something called moratorium under Section 14.
Yes, moratorium period is there. I remember you telling 180 days.
Suspension of activity. Moratorium period. So that is correct, sir. That is 180 days moratorium period. So in that 180 days, what begins is something called as the CIRP, Corporate Insolvency Resolution Process. CIRP begins. So in this CIRP, under Section 17 subsection 1 clause A of the IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, this interim resolution professional takes over the management of the company. So there he takes over the management, then he runs the show. On behalf of the company, he takes over.
Now I got the clarity.
GST, sir? Yeah.
Yes, now I got the clarity. Because sir, what has happened now in GST, they gave something like that called registration is required for that IRP or RP. That IRP or RP is required to get registered. So why they need to register was the doubt which was pricking my mind. So thank God that I got to know now, because once this IRP is appointed, he is taking over the operations of the company. Then that company is undergoing the insolvency process. So means the company is not yet closed. The company is in the process of closure or revival. So therefore this IRP will take over the operations and he start making the supply of goods or services. On that he is required to pay GST. So now it makes sense that that company is there and this person is also there, and this person, as he takes over the operations, so he will be paying GST with respect to supplies whatever he makes. So good. And now that corporate debtor, you know sir, what there is one provision which says that recovery of outstanding dues from a person. But there is one interesting point, maybe it will be useful for you also in your subject. That is, during the time this moratorium period is there, that is the day when this IRP is appointed till the date that insolvency process is going on or is completed. During that period, recovery cannot be initiated on the corporate debtor. So the GST department cannot recover any 1 rupee from the corporate debtor, but they can notify the dues. This much the company has to pay, like that they can notify.
Correct.
But the day when IRP is appointed, they need to normally pay GST with respect to operations whatever they are carrying out.
Okay.
So therefore,
sir, so the thing is, you're saying that the company also will have a different registration, and this IRP also has to get a different registration.
Exactly, sir. They will be treated as distinct persons. They will be treated as distinct persons. And that process is separate. So there will be 2 GSTINs, one for the corporate debtor company and the other for this IRP.
IRP, okay. So basically, I think till the day when the CIRP begins, then all those dues the GST department can recover later. So they'll just notify that these are the dues, they'll recover later. So if the recovery happens during this 180, the entire process of insolvency will not happen, but I'm trying to resolve a resolution plan. So basically they'll auction the company, sir. Other liquid management can come and take over. So maybe those people will have to have a plan where they'll repay the GST dues also. So that is why I think the business cannot stop during the moratorium period. So that's the reason why I think that now there's a distinct person and IRP has to run the show, and all the sales etc. will be recorded in the new GSTI number.
Yes,
sir, but the old certificate, will it be cancelled of the company?
No, no, sir. That's what that registration will not be cancelled. The registration will be continuing, and the registration will be suspended. There is something called a suspension of registration and cancellation of registration. So that registration they wanted to make it active, but they cannot do any outward supplies or they cannot do any operations in that GSTIN. So that GSTIN is like a dormant state. It is not dead. It is like a dormant state, and thereafter once this process is over, then maybe they can continue this registration if the resolution process is good. Otherwise, if the company is in the verge of liquidation, then they will cancel the registration. Sir, is there a possibility?
Because sir, once it is liquidated, when it's liquidated, what happens is under section 53 of the same IBC, in the distribution mechanism, government also will get their dues back. So I think whatever the old company, the registration which was suspended, those dues plus the dues during the insolvency, everything will be paid back, sir, at the liquidation, distribution of assets.
And sir, I have one doubt, sir. Like here, when there is a that process, CIRP is there, na. So during that CIRP, if there is a liquidation, is there a possibility of liquidation also after that CIRP?
Yes, sir. So the CIRP is the entire process, sir, where for 180 days plus 90 days, 180 plus 90. Now because of COVID, there are some other things that we will discuss later, probably another video. So 180 plus 90, during this time, they'll try to, there'll be a resolution professional also. The same IRP will become an RP after they form the committee of creditors. So all the money lenders, all the financial institutions who have lent money will form something called as the COC, committee of creditors. Now it's their job to. Yes, sir. Tell me.
Can I tell this way that there are 2 options, like during the end of that CIRP, either there will be a revival or there will be a liquidation. Can we conclude that way possible?
Perfect. Yes. Perfect. 100%, sir. During that 180 plus 90, there will be 2 options. Either you revive or you liquidate. Correct.
Yes, sir.
And if you liquidate under section 53, I have to pay my GST dues.
Okay. And now, sir, now let's see what happens in GST during these two options.
Sir, later, what is there anything else, sir, so that I can learn anything addition to this in the GST?
Yeah, sir.
I'll
let you know that. What happens, sir, here?
Tell me, sir.
If that is revived, there is a period during that CIRP 180 days plus 90 days you said, na sir. Under section 29 of CGST Act, there is something called as suspension of registration. Now, when this revives, when that company revives, what is happening? The GST officer will pass a revocation order for suspension. They gave a suspension, sir, from the day when it started. So they will pass a revocation of suspension retrospectively. So when they pass the revocation order retrospectively to remove that suspension order, that period, that company will again get the revival and it will continue. Like there is no cancellation of registration. Suppose, sir, the second alternative, that is if the company goes into liquidation. Now, same section 29, the officer will pass a cancellation order prospectively, because until that point of time suspension was there, and the day when it is option 2, liquidation, the officer will pass a cancellation order, and thereafter it is like anyhow past is suspended and henceforth it will be cancelled, registration is cancelled. And
sir,
here there is,
what happens to the, sorry to interrupt, what happens to the registration of the IRP, sir, after the period? I think his will be cancelled, I think.
Yes, sir. So this IRP's registration, whatever is granted, once that process is over, any outcome, so their tenure is only during that 180 days, 90 days. During that period only they need to take over the operation. So therefore, once that CIRP, that process is complete, automatically these people's registration also will be cancelled. That IRP or RP's registration will also be cancelled, and they don't have to continue with that registration, because these people will go for another company, right, sir? They will be going for the other company. So this person's registration will be cancelled, and only for a brief period they are getting registered under GST. And furthermore, to add on to this, now during this liquidation stage, what happens? The assets will be distributed to shareholders or creditors in lieu of their dues. So whenever the assets are being distributed to the creditors or to the shareholders, you know, there is one section called as 7(1)(c) of CGST Act, which says permanent transfer or disposal of business asset on which ITC is availed. That is, this company would have purchased some assets. On that, input tax credit. Yes, sir, input tax credit. So at the time when they have purchased the asset, they would have taken the input tax credit. And this input tax credit, what will happen when they dispose it off, even though without consideration? Actually, they are not getting any consideration upon disposal. Even though they are not getting any consideration upon disposal, but they need to pay GST, which is nothing but whatever input tax credit they have availed, that needs to be reversed. Now, this reversal will be done by IRP or RP. Because during the time when he is having the company, the corporate debtor, he is only doing the disposal now. So when he is doing the disposal, so he need to pay GST with respect to those disposal of business asset, but the ITC has been taken by the old registration. Input tax credit is taken by the corporate debtors registration, but GST is payable by this person. So there is a transfer of ITC from there to here. Input tax credit gets transferred from there to here. Like that, like there are some intricate points related to that, sir.
Amazing, sir. This is really good. Really good.
Thank you,
actually, sir, this I will definitely use it in my classes when I am training, because this dimension of law, see guys, always you should study from all angles, because you are a holistic professional. So we should study from all angles. So this part I really did not know, sir. So I'm really thankful to you for sharing your wonderful knowledge.
Yes, sir, I'm privileged.
I get to know.
Yes, sir, I'm privileged.
I get to know something from you. You get to know, I mean, something, whatever we discuss, and that knowledge will definitely be more, sir, from both our angles. So I think, sir, we should continue this series, sir, as a regular feature, the Jugalbandhi.
Yes, sir, we should. And friends, really this discussion is really thought-provoking, because I know everyone will think only from one side. And many of my students used to ask, sir, in case of law it is this way, IDT this way, DT that way, and many faculties will not encourage. But trust me, you have to
Correct.
study. You have to study in a way by interlinking all the subjects, because tomorrow when you become a chartered accountant, you are not going to become an expert only in one subject, right? So you need to understand the intricacies involved across all the subjects. So really, I have learned something great today. That thanks a lot, sir, for giving me some clarity, because this was pricking my head for quite a long time. What the hell is this IBC? Because when I studied law, it was quite a long time back, and at that time there was.
Sir, we had studied that indirect taxes, sir, all that.
Yeah, excise duty, service tax,
no
etc.
clue about this GST. Now this Jugalbandhi actually helps in me and also understanding what the other GST department will think, especially that ITC reversal or some amazing things are actually very logical but amazing. If you had read it standalone, I would not have understood, honestly. So this linkage really helps.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And sir, we should continue this series. We should continue this series.
Yes, sir. Maybe once a week or
there are
once
many
in 10
such
days,
areas.
We'll brainstorm once a week or once in 10 days, and we'll come out with some nice interconnections like that.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sir, and friends, for IDT, for your conceptual clarity, I would request you to please visit Sir's channel. It's called Tarun's Brainery. And please subscribe without fail. He is uploading a lot of videos and it's really going to be helpful. And as I told you, sir is teaching since over a decade, but in the online field, both of us are new. And we will do some nice thing like this, because ultimately the wavelengths match. Yes. Right? When there is no other
I'm a new kid in the block.
Match.
I'm a new kid in the block.
All of us are new kids in the block, sir. So
yes, sir.
We will now do something different so that students also will be benefited for the benefit of students. Sir, thank you so much. We will do this regularly. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. It was good fun. All right, guys, we will meet very soon. Bye. See you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.